Hello, everyone, and welcome to another MakeCode Arcade Advanced live stream. I'm Daryl at Darzoo on the forum.
I'm Joey at JWondrill on the forum.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the forum.
And I'm Vivian at LiveDrift on the forum.
Awesome. So this week we are creating one game called Sucromon. And Sucromon is a sort of monster collection game where the sort of creatures that you're working with are actually all sugary desserts and other things. So we've got Donutso and Caker, and I think we have Coney as the three characters present so far, with many more to come, and maybe different forms and evolutions, and lots of custom art that we'll probably do as well. Okay, so this is part 3 of the Sucromon stream. So kind of what works so far is we've got a introduction, we see a wild cake, and then we have some options. We can try and fight it, catch it, switch our Sucromon, or run away. And so catch does nothing, run does nothing right now. But fight will cause our Sucromon to go attack their Sucromon, and you can do that repeatedly. And the competing wild Sucromon always only does one thing, which is attack right now. We can also switch, which will swap in a different Sucromon, which is our turn, and then on the Caker's turn, they'll choose to attack. So there's a penalty to switching. Okay, so before we get started, our blocks program is actually looking a little bit large, and since we're using beta, we actually have some new features that we can use to help with large block programs. So I'm going to try those out in this stream, and we'll kind of see how they work. So the first feature you'll notice is if you right-click, you can say collapse blocks. And now our workspace is a lot more sparse. You can see that the function blocks are able to be collapsed and expanded with these little arrows. And if I say format blocks, then it brings all the blocks together. So format blocks has always been something we've had around, but the collapse blocks is kind of a new thing. So now we can more easily see all of the code we have. And now this is all of our code. So that's not too bad. Okay, so now I'm going to think about what we want to do for this stream. So I'm going to say, part 3. So let me put down some options. I actually haven't thought about this yet. So one thing is we have, to do. Actually, let me do this in a different form. I'm going to say the to-do list is we have catch. We need to do run. Related to that, we need to do the overworld. So the idea is that, this is sort of the battle mode, two Sucromon fighting each other. But there's also going to be an overworld where you kind of walk around and then get to encounters, or maybe you get to shops and other things. And let's see, so switch, I think, needs a menu. Yeah, because right now you just switch to, I think, the next Sucromon, or maybe a random, I think always the next one, which isn't necessarily what you want. And let's see, so what else is there? Run, catch.
A menu item for bugs too, because I think over time we're going to accumulate a lot, and bug fixing is very important. It's not for development.
Wait, bugs?
Comment, I think, was what doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
Fixing bugs.
Oh, yeah, yes. So we have a to-do list, and I'll say we have a bug list. So one of them is that Joey pointed this out. If you restart the game and you hit A bunch of times, you'll see that we just continually go and fight. Well, I just restarted it because I was typing here. A buttons queued, and this has to do with how we queue events in MakeCode Arcade, when you hit A many times, it'll actually fire this event many times. What was the other one? We had a
The selection starts off on catch.
oh, right. Selection starts on catch. And then there was also they drift as the battle goes on.
Right.
Yes.
My favorite bug.
So we got little things to do here and there. We may or may not do those on stream. Okay, so today I think what would
one more to-do thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
We need the lose battle code. I think that's related to Switch, kind of.
Yeah, right. Switch to next healthy Pokemon, Sucromon.
Mm-hmm.
I use the P word. All right, so I think what I would like to do is maybe finish the switching and the lose battle code, because I think that's basically continuing where Shannon left off, and they're very related. And then maybe do catch, because catch will let us sort of build up more Sucromon, I think. I'm actually not sure how catch works, but I'm sure you guys will inform me. Okay, so let's do. I think the thing that makes sense is when we're low on health to do that switch. So that is in check battle end, I believe. So in check battle end, if we're at 0 health on the current, then we want to switch Sucromon. So let's look at switch Sucromon. Switch Sucromon. So switch Sucromon says, okay, so we find the next one, and then we set it to that. So I think what we want to do is, let's see, so, I think I might change this to get next Sucromon, and then when we're switching to a healthy Sucromon, what we'll do is we'll get next one until we get a healthy one. Versus in the other case that we're switching Sucromon, I guess in that case you also want to only get the healthy ones, right? Or do you want to be able to see all of yours as you're switching around?
I think in the ideal world, you'll be able to see all your Sucromon and then choose the one you want to have next before you get attacked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So actually, let me start with the switch logic. Okay. So I think what we want to do. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna separate these. So I'm gonna create a. How do I want to do this? So I'm actually curious how the push scene, this might work for us, push scene and pop scene. Have any of you used these yet with the sort of the
story extension? I haven't used them. I believe they just wrap like the default scene.push, scene.pop.
So I wonder if we could do, so I'm going to just do kind of a test here, which is that if we do, so I'm just sort of seeing what this does. So let's say that we were to switch. This intro sequence takes a little long. I might do something to switch that. Okay, so now if I hit switch, okay, for 2 seconds, then we're back to where we were. Okay, so that works like I would expect. So what's nice about push scene and pop scene, what they're doing is they're saying take all the sprites that are currently on the screen and store them somewhere. but don't show them. And then we have a fresh scene that we can do things with. So this is, we're pushing a new scene onto the stack. You can think of the scenes as a stack, if that makes sense to you. Sort of like plates. You have a plate with all of your old stuff on it, and then you put a new plate on top, and you can't see any of the old stuff. And then pop scene says, take the top plate off. And now you see all your old stuff. Hopefully that makes some sense. Okay, so I think we're going to push scene, and then we're going to have the user...
So I think we need to keep track of the scene we're in with like some kind of text ID or something like that. We just need a global variable to track it right now.
Yes, totally. So I think we already have some variables for tracking like battle mode or something, right?
Yeah, its battle menu is open, I think. It's inside start battle, it gets set.
Let's see, start battle. So start battle says...
Oh, nope, I lied.
Other Sucromon. Well, I'm sure it'll show up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a variable, which is scene, I guess. Scene. I'll just call it scene. And I'm going to say set scene to 0, and I'm going to have a comment here that is like scenes. So 0 is going to be battle mode. And then 1, we're going to say the Sucromon switcher.
One thing, we could just make it a string that says battle mode or Sucromon switcher if you want.
That's a good point.
My personal preference for that sort of thing, just because.
Yeah.
0 and 1 and all that stuff all over the place.
Yes, that's a good point. So we'll say battle mode. Okay, great. And then we don't need to track what this is. Okay, so scene battle mode, and then here we're gonna set the scene, so push a new scene, and we're gonna call this new scene. What are we calling it? We're calling it switcher, I guess. So I was trying to type inside of a number slot. If I pop in text, then I can do that. I'll just call it switcher. Maybe I should call it Sucromon switcher just so we don't get confused if we have other things we can switch in the future. Okay, so once we no longer want to call Sucromon move. Instead, we want to now display, show switcher menu, I guess. So, and then we're going to have to wait for the user to interact before we do more things. So I'm going to say show switcher menu after we, actually I could probably set this state in here because they'll always kind of be together. Okay, so now I guess the simple thing to do is for every element in our Sucromon team, duplicate this. We want to, so the Sucromon team, is this a list of sprites?
Yes.
Or, okay. So I'm thinking how to do this.
So I think we'll have to make like a new sprite that's just a menu item because we can't transport a sprite from one scene to another.
Yep. Indeed. Okay, so I think I've got an idea. So I'm going to, for each of these, I'm going to create a new variable called menu or Sucromon choice, and it is going to be of type I'll try Sucromon right now, but we might do a different kind later. And then what I'm going to do is get the image of the old Sucromon, or the Sucromon on our team, the actual sprite. And so now we have a choice sprite, and I'm going to set the X and the Y position. And actually, now that I'm doing this, I'm realizing I want a different loop because I want to access the index. So I'm going to say, let's do a foreign range array up to the length of Sucromon team -1. I do need to do -1, right? I always forget if it's exclusive or not.
I think so.
Yes, our for index include
Not
both.
yeah.
Right. So I bet you we have some sort of Sucromon variable. So I'm just gonna. You can reuse variables in like different parts of the code, and that's fine. I'm using this like a local variable.
Next one might be a number.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that was the one that's to choose the indexed to switch
right.
to.
Use Sucromon will probably.
Maybe just make a new one to avoid.
Yeah.
We could have like a global index. We could be like, this is just going to be our index for Sucromons. Feel free to use.
Right. Sucromon member. Something like that. And then we're gonna get. Whoops. I didn't do that one. I'm gonna duplicate this. So from the Sucromon team, we're gonna get the value at the index. So this is the particular team member that we want to create a menu choice for. Then I'm going to create the choice using the member's image of type Sucromon, and then we're going to say the Sucromon choices X and Y are going to have certain values. So the X, I think we're going to do some math expression based on the index, and I'll probably put an offset in here, but I'll figure this out in a second. And then the Y will probably be at like a fixed height or something. Let's just see what this looks like, and then I'll tweak it. Okay, so what this should do is for each member of the Sucromon team, we create a menu choice and display that. So now if I say switch, there we go. So they're quite compact. So I think what I'll do is,
if we want to defer to how lots of other games in this genre do it, it's typically going to be two like side by side, so 2 columns, and then a number of rows depending on how many Sucromon you have.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so let me think how I would do the wrapping for that. I think, okay, I can do this. So, yeah, I'm going to create a row and a column variable. And
I think you can just do it, if you do the index divided by the number of things in the row, that can be your Y multiplied by.
Yeah.
And the mod 2 for the X.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you want to just set row and column, that might make it a little bit more clear for somebody who doesn't have
easier to
experience
read,
with
for
those
sure.
things. So that probably makes sense.
I think it comes down to basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the column that you're going to be in is going to be I can do remainder. So I'm going to do the index divided by 2, and so this will be 0 for the first element, 1 for the next element, 0 for the third element, 1 for the next element, just continually. So that'll choose the column correctly, and I believe. And then the row is just going to be, so we have two columns. So it'll be, let me think about this. Yeah, it's just the index divided by the number of rows we have. So
Somewhere we have the
integer divide?
Integer divide, yeah. Which is
Yes, right. Actually, that is what I need to use. So I believe that is inside of.
Yeah, square root.
Inside of here. No. Yeah. So.
One of them turns into a block with 2
It'll
inputs.
change
I
shape.
remember, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
surprises me every time.
Integer divide. Oh yeah. There
Yeah.
we go.
A magical block.
Yes. The difference between regular divide and integer divide. So regular division can, the remainder part of the division will stay around as a decimal place in the decimal position. Versus integer division, you throw away everything after the decimal. So yeah, that should help. So now we're going to, so the x is going to be based on the column, and the column multiplied by some amount, and then probably plus some offset on the left. And I haven't figured out what those values are going to be yet. And then the row similarly works this way. Okay. And okay, so I think these things those are fairly large, right? Those are like 32 by 32, I think.
Yeah.
So I think we want to do more than that. So maybe like 48, 48, and maybe that for the start offset as well. Actually, if I do a little bit of math, so the screen width is 160. Let me use the Google calculator. 160 divided by, let's see, 48 or 32 rather. Wait. What am I trying to do?
I think 48 might end up being pretty close if we just add like 12 instead of 48 at the beginning. Or I guess add 20
Can I
instead
suggest we do 3 across, like 2 rows of 3 instead of 2? I don't know if 3 are going to fit vertically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that's true. We actually have more room horizontally than we do vertically. You know what? Let's just. I'm going to do this in pure. Yeah. So switch. Okay. You know, that's fairly.
That's great.
I think the X, we can shift this left a little bit, maybe, not quite that far over. The Y, maybe I'll leave it that far over, because I think what we're going to want to do is say, so where's our intro sequence? Is it up here?
Since start battle.
Yeah. So where is start battle? So I'm going to, again, collapse everything and format the code. So I can find start battle. Start battle. Okay, so in start battle, we have this bit of dialogue. So I'm going to copy some of this, because I think I actually want to use this in our code as well. So show switcher menu. What I'm going to do is, once we're in the scene, I'm going to cue a story part which says, let's see, it's probably going to be quite a bit simpler. It's just going to say, choose your Sucromon. Are we using all? It seems like we're using all caps for everything. So,
because it's intense.
Yeah.
And I think our X is going to be That's
100, I guess. Just bottom 20 pixels of the screen.
And then this, I think we want much closer to the top, something like that. And then I'm going to do another cue story part, which is going to reveal all of the Sucromon. And in fact, I could actually do, I think if I do a pause in here, everything works just fine, right? So I could do like a 200 millisecond pause just so they sort of reveal slowly.
Wow. Cool.
Let's see how this looks.
Let's see. Oh, I think I was visualizing the text at the bottom of the screen, so we'll see how this turns out.
I see.
So I was saying Y100, but what's happening?
So
Actually, it should still be on the screen though. Yeah.
nothing happened. So I suspect. Oh, is this Q story part? So I think I'm doing Q story part inside of Q story part. I wonder if that's being weird.
I think you should be able to do that.
You should be able to, but it definitely feels like it's possibly weird.
Right. So let's see. So it's not there that we're calling it. It's battle switch. Okay. So maybe I'll move this push scene inside of here, and then do a Q story part. I don't know if I need to actually. I think I can do this outside of the Q story part. I think that all should just work. All right, let's see. So switch.
I think this whole thing is still wrapped in a Q story part, isn't it? For the menu itself.
Ooh, so where does battle switch get called? Doesn't that get called on
A button press?
A button pressed. I don't think we
you're right.
see a story part here. So let me think. Why this would? It could be that.
Where could the Q story part be queuing it onto the original scene, not the pushed scene?
Oh,
yeah.
Or not?
So, but we have this inside of a Q story part, so the text isn't showing up. But I think this
that could be.
Wasn't it?
Try this. I don't.
Yeah.
Know if it was
Instead
in a.
of printing the dialogue, we can just show it up top. So maybe that didn't work either.
I don't think we had a Q story part initially. I think we were just doing.
So I won't do a pause here. Okay, so we won't do Q story parts in this scene, just because we're not sure if that works right. So instead, what I'm going to do at the very top is create another text sprite. We have like a header. I'm going to call this, header text, right? So that we know what it is. And I'm just going to take this text, put that in there. And so we're using black on top of white. And furthermore, I believe we have some padding and border around our thing. So let's take this guy and add some. I don't think we need a border really, but we could use a padding of a couple pixels. Okay, and then let's let's set the font height of this because I know it's going to be too big as is. And let's set that to 8, which is kind of the default that we use elsewhere. And let's do some positioning. So I'm going to set the position of this guy to be, let's see, so this is going to be the center. So we'll put the center like there. Just eyeballing it. Okay, let's see how this works. Switch. Choose your Sucromon. Okay, I kind of like that. So the way it worked before, so how did we do the menu with the donut? Move battle menu selector. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna. In the interest of innovation, I'm going to do a different approach here, which is I'm going to create a cursor sprite that you can control. So I'm going to say cursor sprite, and I'm going to set this to which donut did we use? We used the little donut. Yeah, let's use this cursor sprite kind. Sure, player.
We can merge these behaviors later on. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. And we're going to move the cursor sprite with buttons. And then, okay, so now we'll be able to move around, and I think what I want to do is, let's see. So, when you
pressed, maybe.
Yeah, exactly, on a press. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to show the health and everything and the name. So I kind of want the whole Sucromon appearance. So do we have a function for that? Let me see.
I don't know if you'll have to manually copy the health values. So
yeah.
You could create like so you could create an image that is like the dimensions of the screen and then just fill it with black, and then it wouldn't be like a very big image in your screen. And all the positioning code and stuff would still be the same.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I got an idea. So the menus are going to be a little bit inconsistent, but I think that will be fine. So, okay, so this Sucromon choice, I'm going to remember which Sucromon team member that came from, because that's going to be important later. And I'm going to remember that using the data. And we can remember sprites, right? Yes. Set sprite on the choice Sucromon choice as Sucromon to the member that is actually on our team. Okay, and now I think I'm going to do
we have a
so there's a function called sorry, Joey's saying.
We can just basically do create Sucromon and have another function just like that one that's duplicate Sucromon or something like that just takes all the fields from it.
Yeah, right. Where's
create?
Let's see. I must be missing it. Move, show or hide, start battle, set current Sucromon, wild Sucromon, create menu item. Do you know what it was called or where we did this?
If you open up on start, it'll be right there.
Yeah.
Create Sucromon function,
yeah.
Oh, call create. Why am I not seeing this? Call create.
Maybe it's further down. That doesn't make any sense.
Right
next to the
up there.
Oh no!
Right, the comments get formatted too.
I did that, I'm sure. Okay, so let's see what create Sucromon does. So, right, we have a status bar. Name, health, and so we save all these things. We save name, attack, and
I think we can get away with calling this with all of those things and then setting the status bar, like setting the current health on the status bar for now in our clone Sucromon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to do something a little different, and may or may not be more complicated. So I'm going to create one thing, which is the switcher health, and this is going to be kind of at the bottom of the screen. And let's see, I'm going to add a label to it that's HP like we have above. And I'm going to, let's see, this is going to be just positioned on the screen. And
you probably want the smooth transition off block too so that it doesn't do anything weird.
Yeah.
Because you're going to make it show the health of this currently selected Sucromon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're going to place this health bar kind of down at the bottom. And we're going to say smooth transition off, like Joey was saying. And let's put that in here, transition off. Okay, and then I'm going to do a game update, which is that if we'll do big if else, because I have a feeling we'll expand this in the future. So if the current mode, or the current scene rather, if the scene is there it goes, Sucromon switcher. I hope I'm spelling it right consistently everywhere. If the scene is Sucromon switcher, and actually simpler than that is I can use a collision block. So on collision between a player and a Sucromon, if we're in this scene, then what I want to do is for the status bar, I want to set its value of the switcher health. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Of the switcher health to the value of, and this is going to be a little tricky, so I'm going to say I need the sprite that is attached. So the sprite that is attached, I need its status bar. Wait, no, I need its status bar of kind health attached to that, and Sucromon. This will all make sense in just a sec, I swear.
I think you'll want to store that as a value because you'll need the value and the max.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Selected Sucromon bar. Set selected. And yeah, this is a little tricky, but I think this will work out fine. So the Sucromon that we're hovering over, get its attached member Sucromon that's in our team, get its health bar. From that, we need to get its current value and the max of its max value. So max.
Minor thing, we need to do the max first.
Right. Yes. Okay, so this should, in theory, show. Yeah, let's see it happen. So this should show the health bar of the current Sucromon as we're. So I'm going to fight a little bit so that we get some injuries on this this guy, and then we go to switch. You can see. Well, okay, that didn't work. So let me think what is going on there. So.
Should we confirm that we put the string in correctly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. Let's test a few things. So when we're creating these menu items, we're setting Sucromon to the member of the team at our index. And we're adding that to the Sucromon choice. And the Sucromon choice is of type Sucromon. And then so Sucromon switcher is the value of the scene Sucromon switcher. It's the scene that we are in. And this is going to be status bar of kind health attached to the Sucromon that we overlapped, Sucromon. And then we want to get switcher health, max in value, and yes, switcher health. Okay, so another question I have is, when we created these, did we create them of kind? Yeah, we did create them of kind health. We attached it. Position on the bottom. And that all seems correct to me. What do you guys think? Is there anything we're missing? One thing I'm going to do is make this width a lot wider. And
I'm going to look at something in the status bars extension to see, but I think this should be right, so I'm not confused.
Mm-hmm.
Can you have it maybe say something when you overlap as well?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's say Sprite say. So say is a great way to debug lots of things. Thanks, Shannon. So we're going to have the cursor says the, what should it say? It should say
like the value of the.
Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think in the status bar attached to whatever, it's stored on the status bar list. Is it stored on the scene itself?
Oh,
yeah. That is trying to find the status bar in this scene, which it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can make that work, but that won't work right now.
Yeah. Right. So I think I can do. So yeah, as a workaround, what I can do is when I'm showing the switcher menu, I'm just going to store another piece of data. Oh, we already switched scenes. So let me think. So actually before, no, we need to do this after we switch scenes.
I'm leaning towards Shannon's cover the screen with a big black sprite for now, and we can fix it up later.
So could you explain that again? So cover the screen with big black. Oh, as opposed to using push scene, pop scene.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely can do that. Right. Okay. So then that means that so we can get rid of push scene, and then we will need to create like background cover sprite. So let's make a new variable, background cover of kind. I'm going to say, I don't know, background. We don't want it to collide with anything. And this is going to be the screen width, so 160 by 120. And we're just going to fill this with black. Okay. That is a rather large sprite. Actually, there's an easier way to, well, whatever. That's good enough for now. If to save, on performance, and especially if you're loading this on hardware, you might want to think about doing this a different way. Okay, so anyway, so we do that, and now I think a couple of other things I'll need to fix up real quick. So I think these menu choices, I'm going to want a new kind, which is, do we already have an item for like menu choice?
We probably don't want it to over conflict because
the
menu choice would still be behind. So Sucromon menu choice maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sucromon choice is the kind, and I'm going to create a new kind here, which is cursor. Okay, so I'm going to say when the cursor overlaps with the Sucromon choice, then we do all this. So I think this should work. And then the last thing I'll do is the label, and then exiting out of this whole scene. So let's see here. Great. So now we switch, and so yes, the status bars have a z index that's sort of higher than the other items, which is fine. I can fix that. But one thing that's kind of nice to see here is that we are seeing the different health options as you are kind of moving on and off these guys. it is a little weird because when your health is when you're over nothing, you don't see. It still shows the status bar, but I'm not going to worry about that right now because kind of want to move forward to see if we can finish this in the stream. Okay, so I'm going to fix these little health bars showing up there. To do that, so I don't think in this case there's a need for them to be at a high z-index, is there? So I think I might just, when we create the status bar initially, set it to be the z-index of the Sucromon. So status bar z-depth. Let's get the z-index of the new Sucromon. There we go. And yeah, so the z-index controls how things layer on top of one another. Okay, and it doesn't look like we changed the z-index anywhere else. Okay, so last thing I'm going to add real quick to our switcher menu, or not quite our last thing, is going to be the label. So I'm going to copy. No, that's okay. So I'm just going to, by where we create the switcher health, I'm going to create a new text sprite, which is going to be the label, new variable, and I'm going to position this similar to the other thing, except that instead of being up there, I guess it'll be a little bit higher up. And we're going to, so the tricky thing is that it's gonna, as the text changes, the its positioning is going to change. But that's fine.
We can do something cute here if you want, which is that we know that all Sucromon have a max length name of 8, so we can just pad them to 8 and have it always be the same width.
Yeah. Okay. That's, yeah. We can do that.
Well, the text sprite, does it center, or does it position from the center of the sprite?
It does. Yeah,
actually, set the left of it, but whatever.
Or yeah. You could just always set the center to the middle of the screen, and then it'll.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Yeah. I think that'll be easy. Okay. So we're making a Sucromon label real quick, and the label color.
The position should be Sucromon label.
Yes, thank you. Whoops, not that one. I always grabbed the wrong one there. Okay, so we're going to position the Sucromon label somewhere, and we're also going to need that bit of padding that we had up here. Down here. Okay, man. So I feel like this stream has turned into, make menus. Lots of creating of menu things.
I think that's kind of what an RPG ends up being a lot of the time.
That's true. That's true. Makes me think we could make some extensions to make making menus easier. But for now, let's see. So Sucromon label. Let's assign that to. So this one's going to be tricky. So we're going to take the other sprite's Sucromon sprite, and then we're going to get a string property off of that one. And that string property is going to be, does anyone remember, is it just a name? Let's see what it's called. So when we create a Sucromon, we remember its name as a name. Oh, wait, there's a difference. Label versus name. Oh, yeah, name. Name is the name, and label is the text sprite associated with that name. Okay, let's set that, and then we're also going to position to the center of the screen. Set X on the Sucromon label to the, you know what? I know it's 80. I should do screen width divided by 2, but sometimes it's nice to be expedient. Okay. Let's wait for the introduction sequence. We did a little fight there. Lost some health. Now I'll go to switch. So that's Coney Donutso. Yay!
Awesome.
This is going to be tricky once we have more than 3, actually, but you know, we can fix that by just shoving things around a little bit. I'll leave that for someone else to fix. Okay, and then the last thing is that if you hit the A button and we're in the Sucromon switcher, actually I'm going to just copy this whole block real quick. So if you, can we have multiple on A button pressed events, or do they?
They're
disabled. We have to wrap it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. So if the A button is pressed, and we're going to have a big if-else around all this, which is that if the scene is, so I actually want this block down here, and up here, I think I called it, I forgot what I called it.
Oh, this is also going to eventually be able to make it easy to fix the bug with pressing A right away.
Yes.
Just wait to set the scene.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't we just do that? So actually, so in start battle would be the natural place to set the battle mode. So right, I'm going to just do one more story part in here, and then we're going to set the scene to battle mode. And I think that maybe just fixes that other bug that we had. And yeah. Okay, getting a little messy again. Oh, whatever. Let's just see how this goes. So now I hit A a few times. Let's see if it... okay, yeah, so it didn't attack.
Yay.
Nice. Now we say fight. We lose some damage, and then we go to fight, and we can see these different guys. And then I forgot, I didn't program anything yet to happen there, and I also have this extra sprite say that I don't need. So when we are in the switcher and we've hit A, then I'm going to okay, so what I should have done here is selected Sucromon member. We're getting lots of variables. So the selected Sucromon member is going to be the Sucromon attached to the Sucromon choice, and that is going to be what we use to get the status bar over here, and also what I'm trying to do is, okay, so let's drag this out and here. Okay, so now we remember what the last kind of choice was as we're highlighting over things, and that's the one we're going to switch to. So I think I can just call a function, theoretically, that is...
I think it takes an index, right? But,
oh, God, yeah.
We
call Sucromon. Oh, wait.
Oh!
We had set Sucromon, I think.
We have set Sucromon? Set current Sucromon to an index.
We can just change that to take a value instead of an index, probably. I think it's only used in the switch Sucromon.
Yeah. It'd be very handy if I could, say, find all usage.
Yeah, that would be a very nice feature to add to box.
So, yeah, so you're saying, so switch Sucromon, where is that? So switch Sucromon. So instead of doing this, it can, let's edit this function to take in, instead of an index, we're going to take in a sprite. The member that we want to go to, and this variable we can delete. Okay, so now I need to say array get value at index of, we're going to get from the Sucromon team, oops, not that one. From the Sucromon team, we're going to get the next Sucromon out. Okay. And that should work for the switch Sucromon. And then here we can say, not my sprite, but, oh, that's kind of interesting that it's blue. What is it called? It's called selected Sucromon member. Okay. And so switch, and then one last thing. Oh man, we're just about out of time. I wonder if I can do this in time, which is...
Probably want to go to set current Sucromon and change it so it actually uses the sprite that passed then.
Yes, you're totally correct. And we need to like close switcher menu. So this, I think, is going to be a to-do item because I don't think I'm going to get to that just now. But we just kind of putting this in place. So close switcher menu after we set the current Sucromon. And where is the set current Sucromon? So, oh, look at that. So let's take this out. And then, oh, actually, I think we will want that variable. And we're just going to drop this instead of the array lookup. Okay. So let's see if that worked. And the tricky is...
One thing, I think you put the close switcher menu in the wrong case. Oh, never mind. Sorry. I thought it was in the...
Can we make close switcher menu just destroy the overlay to start, and that we can do the rest of it later, but that'll handle part of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to say sprite destroy, and I'm going to destroy the background cover. Oops. Destroy the background cover, and then yeah, that'll help. We should loop over everything and destroy them as well. But let's just see if this works. So switch. So I can switch who I was. So I think I was Donuts Host. So I'm going to say Comey. Yay. And now you got Comey back there. Yes. The menu and stuff in the way. So we're, you know, whew, that was
more destruction did happen.
Almost there.
We're getting closer. All right. So that was part 3. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And we'll keep working on this game. I'm Daryl at Darzu on the forum.
I'm Joey at JWonderl on the forum.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the forum.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the forum.
Tune in tomorrow.